Welcome back to another episode in person area body and somatic check-ins, listening to our bodies. So we've been learning about how important it is to really listen to our body to understand where our emotions are showing up, right? Our physical sensations, so that we can slow down and slow our reaction process and hopefully change a few things that we want to change that maybe haven't been changing because we really haven't been listening. And so this episode is on small physical shifts for big emotional impact. So, why movement matters in depression? Well, when you're deep in depression, the idea of exercise or really any movement can feel like climbing a mountain without ropes. But here's the thing, movement doesn't have to mean running a mile or hitting the gym. We can do micro movements. And so those are tiny, low effort physical actions that can create subtle but powerful shifts in our mood and our energy. And they gently tell your nervous system, we're here, we're alive, and we're moving forward. So today we'll explore how to use micro movements as a bridge between stillness and more energy for us. So where do we get started in the small physical shifts? Big emotional impact. Well, we're going to understand what counts as a micro movement, right? So, again, it's just awareness that we're building here as the very first step. So, any small action that engages your body without overwhelming you. So, that could be rolling your shoulders, stretching your arms above your head, wiggling your toes, standing up and sitting back, slowly turning your head side to side. The key is that these movements are going to be doable even on your lowest day. And sometimes our lowest day may have, of course, those micro movements that are very, very simple, and maybe we have kind of a medium micro movements, and then a more higher energy. Still, when that we're not running or hitting the gym or anything, but we're moving a little bit more and maybe a little bit more complex than we are on their lowest energy days. So, where to go from here now with small physical shift, big emotional impact? Well, we understand why micro movements work for us, right? Movement activates circulation and does wake up our nervous system. It helps release tension stored in muscles during periods of stress or emotional heaviness. And it can also interrupt mental spirals for us by bringing focus back to the present moment, um, which is really important. So if we do spiral, maybe that is a time for you to use some movement, just kind of like moving our body a little bit, to go in, to understand that we got to maybe move forward and think about something else a little bit differently. So the goal is to not to exercise, but to remind your brain and your body that they are connected. And so here's a reframe for you. Even the smallest shift is still movement forward. So where do we go again after we've understood why micro movements work for us and what counts as a micro movement? Well, we start making a micro movement menu. Just like in our last video when we talked about having different tools for when we get stressed, or really depressed or anxious, right? When our bodies are having those high emotions, we've recognized where they are in our body. Now we need to start using something to calm our bodies down. Well, this is the same thing. Different micro movements, right, in our toolbox, because we're going to want to use some of them again when we have lower energy days, maybe medium energy days, and higher energy days, or maybe we're just somewhere else where we can't stretch like we would normally do because we're in the middle of a meeting or a teacher's giving a lecture. So maybe we need to do some muscle progressive relaxation in those moments instead. So try making a list of 3 to 5 go-to movements you can do anytime and anywhere. And include a mix of seated and standing options so you have choices for different energy levels. Try setting a reminder like pairing a micro movement with a habit. So you can stretch while your tea steeps or your coffee is getting ready. You can roll your shoulders before checking your phone. And bonus, track your mood before and after to see what helps the most for you. And here's a tip: pair a movement with a breath for double the calming effect. Here we are at the end of this video, so let's recap and wrap up. Small steps, real shifts. Micro movements are like nudges. They don't fix depression, but they help your body remember how to feel a little more alive. And that's really all we can ask for some days. During our next episode, we'll explore how to respond when your body says stop and why honoring rest can actually improve your overall capacity. For now, just pick one micro movement and try it today. You might be surprised how much lighter you feel even for just a moment. So here we are at the comment section. Comment on part of this video, of course, any part of your day, any part of depression, really. So anything, and really any other heavier emotion that you have as well. And if you're struggling with what do I comment with, well, why don't you comment on one micro movement that you are currently using or have used in the past that does work for you. And if this video resonated with you at all today, take a deep breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in, and you're not alone on this journey. And you never have to do it all at once, of course. So if you're feeling like it, like the video so more people can find it. Subscribe for new content every week, really every day. Tiny steps, real talk, and honest healing. And then, of course, share it with somebody who you think could use some help in small physical shifts from that create big emotional impact. And if you lasted this long, then you get to hear about the journals I created. These are really go hand in these videos to help kind of increase healthier behaviors and decrease any unhealthy behaviors you may have. Anxiety journal, self-love, self-discovery, self-discipline journal, and a beach journal. 12 areas of your life that are all beach themed with journal prompts. There'll be more journals to come, as well as a children's book to help your own kids discover their bravery, courage, and the spark within them. And then, of course, there's worksheets at the end for them as well, where they get to write down, maybe with your help, what their courage is, what their own bravery is, and what their own spark is. And really, this is to get them started on understanding that they have what they need on the inside of them to go through those hard times in life. We just all got to remember that we have it. And there'll be more children's books and workbooks to come. So I thank you for watching this video and hope you all have a great day.